Oh hey Ash, did you film loads of footage at last year's Comic-Con? Well yes I did Ash. And then did you get too drunk to use any of it and have been trying to figure out a way to use it since? Yes I did Ash. Is that why you're filming a first timer's guide to Comic-Con? Yes it is Ash.
I am insisting.
I'm being persistent.
Hello.
Yeah, see?
Welcome to Comic-Con.
You've got it.
Hope you're having a good time today. Funko Pops and Ash. It is a wonderful combo. Now, enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay guys, so a first timer's guide to Comic-Con. Last October was my first Comic-Con ever, and there was a few things I expected, a few things I didn't expect, and a few learnings that I want to share with you guys today. So I'm going to show you some examples of the stuff I'm talking about with footage from last October, as well as some like hints and tips, and then towards the end of this video I'll talk about some safety stuff, some of not boring stuff, but some of the important stuff for those of you who are worried about your first Comic-Con, things like that. But first up, let's talk about the kind of things you can expect, pretty much guaranteed. Okay, first up, cosplay. A lot of cosplay. One of the main reasons people go, whether they're a cosplayer or whether they enjoy cosplay but don't do it themselves. Lots of different reasons and lots of different people in the cosplay community at these cons. So if you're a cosplayer, this is going to be an amazing opportunity for you for a number of reasons. Whether you're networking, whether you're getting photographs taken, whether you're meeting fans or community members, or just really to have fun and rock around and party as your favourite character. Alternatively, if you are just a fan of cosplay or a particular cosplayer, this will be a great chance for you to, again, get some photos, with permission of course, meet your favourite cosplayer, meet new cosplayers you haven't met before or even seen before, and then find them for things like social media followings and things like that, get some inspiration for yourself maybe. And on top of people rocking around in their cosplay, doing it casually or professionally but not interested in the competitive nature of it, there is actually a competitive scene to cosplay at Comic-Cons as well if you are interested. There's cosplay competitions, there's cosplay parades, there's areas that will teach you how to improve on your cosplay, including things like panels or workshops or things like that. Just a whole number of things for the cosplay community. And speaking of things like panels and workshops, there's plenty of these going on throughout the weekend. As I say, there's interactive panels with Q&As and different talks, even screenings of some things as well. There's basically everything you could want to know about. There will be someone talking about it, some experts talking about it at some stage throughout the event. Aside from panels of people talking, there is also panels, or not really panels, but kind of areas of people doing all sorts of other activities as well. I've seen things like Quidditch events before. I've seen dance events. Some of my friends learn how to K-pop dance. I don't know if that's what it's called. I'm probably being an absolute boomer right now. But they were doing some awesome dances, and as well as things like dancing and all that kind of physical activity, there's also things like board games or gaming arenas in general. Anything from, as I say, board games through to tabletop games to role-playing games through to retro arcade games, if that takes your fancy as well. Pretty much everything a gamer could want. Now I mentioned before there was things like panels and Q&As and screenings and things like that. Part of that is obviously celebrity guests or artist guests as well, which is one of the main reasons people go to Comic-Con actually, to meet their heroes, their idols, people from their favourite movies or TV shows, or even their favourite comic book artist. These people will be about. If they're a major celebrity, obviously they will have set areas with signing sessions. Some can be quite pricey, some really can, but there is an opportunity to take photos and get autographs from these people. Some of the smaller creators may still have those opportunities, but you'll probably find them wandering about as well, and they're usually pretty happy to take a photo, with permission of course. But this is a great opportunity to meet people who can be really important to you, and all of the feedback I've heard over the past few Comic-Cons I've been to has been overwhelmingly positive, because of course celebrities are normal people too. Normal. And talking about things like comic book artists and filmmakers and things like that, they have Artist Alley, which is one of the first kind of merch sections I'm going to talk about. This is where you can meet, as I say, artists from social media, art stars. I met someone who had an Instagram account with some beloved characters, for example, right through to comic book artists. I met some incredibly talented ones over the past two Comic-Cons I've been to. But here you can buy comics, stickers, artworks, basically anything in the creative, artistic genre, I guess. It's insane. Some of the stuff you will see here, there will be limited editions, there will be one of a kind, right the way through to, as I say, merch like stickers and badges and pins, which we all love. And on to the second and probably biggest element of Comic-Con, so it certainly takes up the most floor space, I would say, is the merch. Bring money. Bring money, not just for drinks for me, but also bring money because the merch area is insane. It goes from things like comic books, which I mentioned before, right the way through to weapons. I almost bought a full metal replica of Loki's scepter when I was there dressed as Loki last year. Some of the things you will find to buy are just ridiculous. There is weapons, there is Viking drinking horns, there is plushies, there is Japanese waifu body pillows if that's your bag. I know it's Blitzy's bag. There is onesies, anything you could want. And now that you've spent all your money on that amazing merch, my favourite place of Comic-Con, the bar. The food and drink, it's expensive, bring money, but yeah, it's a really good place to hang out with your friends, meet new friends, around some food and some drink. There's parties in the evenings most of the time. You'll always find people out and about in the various hotels and near the yacht at London Comicon, and at some of the bars or even at the food stands around Comic-Con as well. Hanging out with your friends or new friends or even strangers with food and a drink is a really important part of Comic-Con. Certainly to me, it's where you'll probably find me if you do want to meet me at this event. So yeah, but as I say, it gets expensive. Bring cash. And talking about hanging out with friends and strangers with food and drink and things like that, the most important part, other than the beer, to me at Comic-Con is the people. The people at Comic-Con are 99%, there's always a few weirdos, 99% of the time, amazing. They will be friendly, they will be complimentary most of the time about your efforts for cosplay or your art or anything like that. The people truly make Comic-Con what it is. These are people from our communities. They are people from the geek community. A surprisingly high amount of people from the LGBTQ+ community. It's really quite a safe, friendly, loving, and most importantly, inclusive space for everyone. It is truly incredible. I think Comic-Con do a great job of making sure everyone feels safe, respected, welcome, and of course included. It really is awesome. And a great place to make new friends too. And like I say, Comic-Con are amazing at taking care of their guests, whatever your background, your accessibility needs, and whatever you need really at Comic-Con, they take care of their people. There is quiet places, there is safe spaces, and there is very clearly defined guidelines when it comes to things like consent around cosplay, consent around photography, and just being respectful and polite and kind to everyone there. They really do a great job of looking after their people. But apart from the mandated guidelines, I'll say it proudly in this video as well, remember, cosplayers are people too. Celebrities are people too. If you want to hug your hero or your idol or take a photo with them or say hi to them, just remember, be polite, be respectful, be kind. And if you do want a hug or a photo, please ask permission first. Consent is key. Last year, I literally got rugby tackled by 2 fans and almost knocked to the ground. They were lovely people, but things like that can potentially go the wrong way. They can potentially go negatively. So please, yeah. You also don't know other people's accessibility requirements as well. So always ask consent for things like that as well. So guys, that is my official First Timers Guide to Comic-Con. Hopefully it was helpful, it was useful, it was informative, and hopefully it results in less people being rugby tackled at this year's Comic-Con as well. All that's left for me to say is I'm really looking forward to Comic-Con. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys there. I hope to see you this weekend. And of course, if you see me at the bar, it doesn't hurt to buy me a drink. See you guys there. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ash. I cover all things Disney, Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, all things geek culture basically. If that sounds like your kind of thing, please subscribe down below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch and TikTok as well, where I upload or go live pretty much every single day. See you there.